Hello, welcome back to my one block world. You know, as I was getting ready to record this video, I always try to figure out, what do I want to do today? And after thinking about it for like a second, I decided, what I really want to do? I want to fill this gap with some blocks. And by blocks, I do mean grass, because we're trying to expand this area a little bit. But then the second I pressed record, my brain decided, let's do something else. Why did I feel the need to share all of that with you? I don't know. If I never said anything, you would have never known. But our plans have changed, and what I want to do today, because as much as, building and expanding this area is going to be fun, I think I want to do something to actually help with progression in this mod. So what I really want to be doing right now is I want to go back into the Nether and work on getting just as much of the, I forget what the block is called, but whatever block I'm trying to look for, as much of that block, which is the block that nether fortresses are built from, because I'm hoping that maybe I figured it out and maybe that's how I can get some more stuff to start spawning in the nether. But if you're wondering why there is trees everywhere, honestly, I'm wondering why there haven't been trees here all the time. This land is very flat and some trees are very easy to make it less flat, but mainly we've been through almost all of our resources, so I planted a bunch of trees to get the resources, and I have been farming them in between the videos. So as you can see, we have, just a little bit of wood, but we definitely need a whole lot more. But like I said, I've decided to change my plan. The original plan was to go over here and fill this in with some dirt, which we have a lot of because I trade for it all the time, but I've changed my mind, and now we will simply have to go do something else. Now I've grabbed a couple of things which I think will be useful, but what I want to set up is just a couple of these not zombie pigmen, just the regular pigmen to trade, because right now we've got this guy, but if we get a couple of them set up, we should hopefully be able to just trade a little bit quicker, because they do trade for this nether brick, which I'm hoping if we build a nether brick portal, potentially we could get some wither skeletons spawning, and maybe even just increasing our chances of blazes, because we have been struggling to get blazes to spawn for a while. So let's try and get this set up a little bit. I am going to craft just a couple more boats. We have like 6 boats in a chest actually. I don't know why I decided to do this. And we're just gonna actually, let's maybe have them facing us. That would probably be nicer. There we go. That is a torch. And we just set them up like this. I don't like that one. I feel like they're gonna fall right off the edge. Okay, now let's get you out of there. You can come into this boat. There you go. Now where did that baby go? The baby will unfortunately have to perish. I know, terribly sad news, but like otherwise they're just gonna steal our gold, which we don't want. I forgot I didn't actually finish the job out here. But like, they're so slow moving, like they're never gonna catch me. But let's see if I can get just a couple more. So the best way of doing this... Actually, the zombie pigmen aren't upset with me right now. Breaking news. They're not upset. So let me go ahead, and as long as we stay so very calm. Okay, there we go. This is also enough, so let me go ahead and block this off. Okay. I'm speaking solely so that I am able to stay calm. I'm not a fan of this. Luckily, I have got little escape areas. Okay. Wow, if me from a year ago could see me now, what a complete new change of character. Okay, one. Let's get one more in there. Let's get rid of these children. I do apologize. You guys were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what? I think this will simply have to do. Whoa, okay, children. Okay, what can I do to make this less of an awful experience? I don't know. Okay. We do something along the lines of this. Okay. And we eat. I don't know what I'm doing. Could I Google some sort of, you know, mob farm for this environment? Probably. You're gonna kill each other. Are you guys aware of that? Like, you are shooting, not at me, but like at each other. Okay. But I want to figure this out for myself, so I'm not going to Google nothing. Let's get you back, and a little bit this way, and a little bit that way. Okay, you're out of your chest, and by chest I do mean boat. This is okay. We've never been calmer. Okay, stay there then. I'm not gonna stop you. There we go. Okay. I feel a little bit better about this now. And what I want to do now is make it even less convenient for them. They're killing each other. Okay. How am I figuring this out? Normally, I would dig them into a pit, and that would be it, and it would be fine. So how do I recreate that environment without being in the normal world? I would say that I normally, you know, figure this stuff out before I record a video, but we'd all know I'd be lying. Okay, let's see what I can do. First, unfortunately, we gotta kill the young ones. They are nothing but thieves. Oh my goodness. Do not be doing all that. You know what? The bow guy's gotta go. That's the solution here. Oh my goodness. Bow guy has got to go. Oh, you're both bow guys? Okay. Now, you know what? Yeah. I've seen enough. I don't care how useful you might be. I'll work with half of what I had planned to work with. I don't. That's too much for me. Oh. Okay. That was by no means something I planned to do. You know what? I think you guys are fine. Now that I've decided bow guys are just not it. Okay, you know what? Is it the best solution to ever be presented? Absolutely not. But I have tripled my number of these guys to trade with. How did you escape? That is so strange. Anyway, these guys are now good. And I can close this back up. And I can deal with these guys, because my armor is probably not looking too good right now. There we go. Actually, it's not too bad, but let me just quickly deal with them, and then I will go ahead and grab ourselves just a little bit of gold for trading. And life will be so very awesome. I wish there was a way for me to have access... Why am I saying like there isn't a way? Like I can just do this, actually. To the loot that drops here, because I know that good loot gets dropped here sometimes and I never have access to it. But I realize like I can just have access to it if I so desire. I don't see anything too good though. Just all of these weapons. Okay, well that is good to know. I have now found a way to get access to loot. Let me throw all of these swords away. And let's just go back into the overworld and get some of our gold. I want to see just if we give them like a stack or two of gold. I don't know how much gold I have. But if we just give them just a whole bunch of gold, how much they will give us in return. I'm hoping before the end of this video, we should have enough to build a little bit of a spawning platform to see what we can do with it. Ooh, we are low on gold. You know what that means? It means it's time for us to break the block. We go back to our roots and break the block. There's like not enough coal in any of these. Let's put this in here for now. And let's just, for a couple of minutes, while everything smelts, break our block. Okay. If you're new here, hi, welcome. This is a very exciting world. I honestly do actually love this world. I think it is so much fun. We started out on this one block that you see me breaking right now, and we noticed that if we broke it, a new block spawned right underneath. And over time, the blocks that we were able to get here changed and shifted, and so now we've been breaking this block for a very long time. So we have unlocked all of the blocks you could possibly get, including all of the different ores, a couple of more decorative blocks like that one you just saw there, a handful of nether blocks, which also helped me decide to go back into the nether, and just a bunch of fun, interesting blocks. But over the year now I've been playing this, we have definitely broken this block just a couple times. If you look all the way at the top of the screen, we've broken it 15,000 times, which is not nothing. And so everything else that was around here, everything you see built, has been built by myself over the time, because we started on this one block and that was all we had. And so over the year, we've gotten some animals, we have some villager companions, we've built some mob farms. Most recently, actually, I built a iron farm, which is the first time I've built any real farm. So I definitely really enjoyed that. What else have we done in this world? Just a lot, really, if we're being so for real. You know, all of the materials we've kind of had to find more interesting ways of getting as well. And I've learned a lot. We recently started doing some villager trading, which is pretty cool. I've got some snazzy looking armor, which we can always appreciate. That is a fun sound because it means our villager wants to trade with us. Let me actually go see what he's up to, because we have the time. This, by the way, if you didn't know, apparently nether gold ore, if you smelt it, so you have to first silk touch it and then you smelt it, it actually just gives you a full iron bar, which is awesome. And definitely something I enjoyed learning, because now we've just upped our iron amount just a little bit, and by iron I mean gold. But what was really important was this villager. You, right here, what do you have for us? Okay. We will trade for dirt. Dirt is a powerful one to trade for, and this gives us over half a stack per trade, and we can trade with him 5 times. So for those who want to do the math really quickly, that is 50 plus 20. We need 70 bones, if I did my math correctly. Let's do 64. And then we should have almost like 3 stacks of dirt, which is awesome. And the dirt is the main one I use because I think it's just a nice block, because it's not as lifeless as like wood is. Like this feels very lifeless as a main block, but dirt just feels like it's got some life on there, you know? So I'm a big fan of that one. There we go. And next time, or today, or whenever I feel like it, we will actually be working on expanding this. This will all get filled. This is a big square that will get filled with some dirt. But I've ran here too quickly without taking the gold from my furnace. So let me grab the gold, get our trades going, and see if we can figure out some more of these nether spawns. Because I've been trying to figure out how I can get blazes to spawn more consistently for a very long time. And then we had a quest for which we needed black dye, and we realized we don't have any access to any squids. They just don't spawn naturally. I think natural, like, passive mob generation is just fully turned off. And so I didn't have an active source of black dye, and so the only other option I could think of was somehow getting... Very nice. Somehow getting wither roses, because that's the only other renewable source of black dye. And so far I've yet to see them, which made me realize we have yet to see them. So I was thinking, and I have been thinking for a very long time, how can we get blazes to spawn? How can we get wither skeletons to spawn? And then I remembered that both of those usually spawn in a fortress. And we don't have access to fortresses because it's a 1-block nether. Everything in this nether, once again, has been built by me. And so I think if we build a nether-like structure, or a fortress-like structure out of nether bricks, maybe they might be inclined to spawn there. I have yet to figure out any other way. They don't appear to be biome locked in any of the biomes I've tested, so we do know some mobs are still biome locked. So this is a, I'm assuming a basalt biome given the colors, but a bunch of these guys spawn here, which do also spawn in basalt biome, so that makes a lot of sense. But I've yet to be able to figure out a way to spawn blazes consistently and we've yet to see a single wither skeleton. This area, for whatever reason, spawns a lot of these bigger pigs. But once again, I haven't really been able to figure it out. We were getting some blazes to spawn around this area, around our spawn. So I thought potentially it was locked to obsidian. So we built a little obsidian room, but no blazes have spawned there yet. And then the other thing I have tried, which I never thought would work, but I just thought, you know, let's try it anyway, was this little area, which would be a perfect blaze spawner if a blaze spawner was in the center. But I thought, you know, let me just try and see if I can get it to work without, you know, the spawner. But no, it unfortunately did not work even slightly. And so now there is nothing I can do but just try one last thing, and that is, I guess, to see if I can, just for today, oh my goodness, if I can somehow figure out if this spawner would work with... I'm confused, and I don't know by what I'm confused. Oh, it's because I made 2 chests. Okay. If it would work if we had it at the right blocks that they would spawn on in a normal world. Just without everything else that would go with that. Okay. Let me see what I can do. Let's do just 1 chest full of these guys. And these guys. Then we can do... and these guys, actually. I've changed my mind. A lot is going into that 1 chest. Then... let me see. Some of these guys can just go in here because we don't have a lot of these. Let's do... these guys actually go over here. I have not a very organized system out here, I'm afraid. Okay, they're out of gold. We've gotten lots of cool stuff. But not everything that we need, I'm afraid. Let me organize these chests really quickly. Alright, I'm going less crazy. Here we just kind of have our buildable blocks. I don't really know. This is just all of these 3, and these guys are organized a little bit. We have just a couple more nether bricks. Oh my goodness. Let's not just throw all of our hard-earned gold away. It is slow progress, but we have just more than doubled our nether brick amount. So I think we might as well just go right over here, and let's see if we can turn this old farm into a new one. Now, whenever I have tried to turn an old farm into a new one, I usually do have an idea about what I'm doing. I currently do not have a single idea. I think I'm just gonna replace the floor of this one with this block, and then I think that should be enough. Oh, you guys are here. That's fun. I guess you guys do spawn in lava, so that makes sense. You're not quite who I was hoping for. But I'm happy you're here. Truly. Let me just... I forgot I had redstone here. It's to keep trapdoors open. But let's see what I can do really quickly. Whoa. I forget that their drops do burn. There we go. I'm just taking care of the lava. Now this is, by the way, if you're ever trying to build a blaze farm in Minecraft and you have, you know, the blaze spawner, if it's in the center of this room, this is a very good setup to get them to do their blaze stuff. But yeah, I mean, it didn't work for me. But let's start replacing some of this floor with what we need it to be. Okay, these guys give string, so that could be a good thing to farm as well. String is a valuable resource. But so far, what we're really looking for is blaze. I forgot we hadn't had that mob spawn either, so that is actually good to know that if we place like a pool of lava here, we could probably get them to spawn. Very good to know. Let's be careful while we break our structure. And slowly but surely, hopefully, we can replace all of this and get some wither skeletons, some blazes. This farm isn't going to work very well because there's nothing pushing them to the center. What makes this mob farm work in, you know, the overworld is the fact that water is pushing the mobs into the center, which obviously isn't happening here. So I think I will simply have to come up here and just deal with the mobs manually, as I have been doing in every other farm. Because I assume blazes and wither skeletons burn. I could be wrong. Maybe they don't burn, but I assume that they probably do. So I can't replace this lava here. But let me know if that isn't the case, if maybe they would not burn if I had the same lava pushing them down. But for now, I think this is the best we can do. We're gonna continue to collect some more of this brick, continue to replace the structure, and then hopefully it should be a successful little mob farm. Either way, I think it will be a successful mob farm. The question is simply, will it spawn blazes or not? So that is what we would be waiting for. But right now, you know, not even like a quarter of the floor is covered. So I want to maybe check if there's any other way we can get these bricks. But then I think that's just gonna have to be it for today. You know, we got a little bit of work done, but not a whole lot, unfortunately. Let's see if there's any crafting recipes for nether bricks. Not for that one. And we don't even see this one, so I don't think we can craft any of this, I'm afraid. Yeah, nothing we can craft, so I think we're gonna have to keep being patient and waiting till we get just all of the bricks ever. But now that we have this set up, it works a little bit better. And then we simply have to continue to do this, continue to set up the farm, and I feel like this is a good option. I think we could actually get what we're looking for here and hopefully get some blazes and wither skeletons to start spawning. There we go. Let's just load in the bridge. But we are back in the overworld. The sun is shining once more. The nether was a fun time, and I'm hoping we can get this all figured out. But I think we'll have to be a little bit more patient. It looks like it's about to be another long-term project, but hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you do have any tips or tricks, definitely let me know. I'm figuring this out as I go through it, so any help is always appreciated. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye!